give him the money that he deserves, because I can tell you now, if them two do fight, it'll do millions in pay-per-view buys.
I want to see Darren Till again. And you know, if you bid me $1 billion, it'll still be the same. Hear this from me. And if I'm wrong, you tell me I'm wrong. Darren Till will never get to share a ring with a Fury ever.
No one's interested in Darren Till, and if they are, I ain't. He's had his chance. We're moving on. We can do bigger and better. I picked Darren Till, don't forget. He was a warm-up. He was a comeback fight for me. Blew his chance. We're on to the next.
Tommy Fury beating Eddie Hall and immediately running his mouth about Darren Till tells you everything. You do not spend this much energy on someone you are not thinking about. A warm-up fight? Darren Till is a former UFC title challenger. Tommy Fury calling that a warm-up is the most revealing thing he has said in months. And now the fight is being accepted. Bring the contract.
He wants that big payday. Like Canelo says, you want payday, you want payday. But at the end of the day, he had his chance. I'm far bigger than what Darren Till has to offer. I got a list of opponents and I chose Darren myself as a warm-up fight. He fucked it, and that was his own fault. I'm miles ahead of that. That was only ever a warm-up fight for me. You seen him in the bare knuckle job the other day. He got stunned with the other fellow, I don't know his name. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I've got no... And everyone's saying about...
Tommy Fury hiding backstage while his dad is out front losing his mind at Darren Till and Carl Froch simultaneously. Then he comes out calling it a circus as if he had nothing to do with any of it. Darren Till walked into that event with zero fear. Tommy Fury could not even be in the same room.
I didn't really see much. I was behind there backstage. It's misfits, isn't it? You're always going to get circus.
Ice cold, completely unbothered. Darren Till delivering that verdict with the calm of a man who genuinely does not fear a single thing about the Fury family. They do not want him around because his presence alone exposes exactly what they are trying to hide. And now that Tommy has accepted the fight, Darren Till does not need to chase anymore. $1 billion, and still no. Famous last words from John Fury because Tommy Fury has now accepted the fight publicly. John Fury trying to speak for his son while his son goes in a completely different direction is the most telling sign, yet that the Fury camp is divided and scrambling. Darren Till called the bluff, and it worked perfectly.
Darren Till, I wish him all the luck in the world in his BKB, but I've seen his last fight. A lot of flaws in him. But that's by and by. Fighting's hard work. But once you've disrespected my son, who's the heavyweight champion of the world, who's poured his guts out for this country, and you show him respect saying you played with him like a baby, that's disrespect. And I never want to see Darren Till again. And you know, if you bid me $1 billion, it'll still be the same. Hear this from me. And if I'm wrong, you tell me I'm wrong. Darren Till will never get to share a ring with a Fury ever in his life.
Darren Till wearing the unprofessional label like armor because he knows exactly what he is doing. He is not managing a media image. He is building a fight by any means necessary. And it has worked. Tommy Fury has accepted. Darren Till showed up uninvited, stood his ground under pressure, and now has exactly what he came for. That is not unprofessional. That is genius.
Darren, what's Tommy talking about saying you're unprofessional?
Yeah, I am unprofessional, but this is the fight game. I'm trying to build a fight with me and him. And he's saying I'm unprofessional. Yeah, I'm extremely unprofessional, but this is the fight game. We're fighters.
Carl Froch absolutely lighting a fire under the entire situation, and now he wants John Fury too. You bottled it. 3 words that cut through every excuse Tommy Fury has ever made. The doubleheader idea is genuinely brilliant, and Carl Froch is serious about it. 2 Furies. 1 night. Darren Till and Carl Froch. The boxing world would completely stop for that event.
And International Boxing Hall of Fame, I might add. And why, can I ask you, why do you keep shitting yourself every time Darren Till's name's mentioned? You were scheduled to fight him, he threatened to kick you in the head, you bottled it, and now you don't want to mention him every time he's mentioned. Because it's not a bad little fight, you and Darren Till, is it? I think people want to see that, but every time his name's mentioned, you say no comment. Well, I spoke to Darren Till yesterday, and he had a good little idea. Big John Fury, a fighting man who never fights, against the Cobra, And you can grow a set of knackers and stop letting the Fury name down and fight Darren Till in a double header. 2 Furies get splattered on the same night. That'd be fantastic. In the meantime, mate, I'm going to probably be there tomorrow night. Looking forward to it, actually. If Big Eddie...
Tyson Fury calling his father an excellent salesman for head-butting people and screaming at Carl Froch at a public event is truly something. Show business. That is the answer for everything when the Fury family goes too far. But here is what Tyson Fury refuses to admit. The real story was not John Fury's chaos. The real story was Darren Till standing completely calm in the middle of all of it.
So, you know, this is show business. We're not here when it's not a political room of educated men. These are fighters teams, fighters things. What a way to sell the fight. My dad's an excellent salesman and he's done a fantastic job. So big up John Fury, get up son. Big up.
Roman Fury breaking down the Eddie Hall game plan honestly, and the hit and move strategy made complete sense against a man of that size. But Darren Till is not Eddie Hall. Darren Till moves with you. He finds you. He times you. The game plan that worked against a strong man will need a complete rethink when a genuine combat sports athlete is standing across that ring.
The way you can fight Eddie Hall, he's that big. If you get in a tear up with him and he lands, 100 pounds difference, it could be fatal, do you know what I mean? It could be very, very, very bad news. So that was a game plan, hit and move. Hopefully he would have got a little bit more tired and then press him. But like I said, a lot of pressure on there, and he did the job done. He didn't really get hit with much. And
Wade Plemons calling it a disgrace if the Darren Till fight never happens, and now it does not have to be a disgrace because Tommy Fury has accepted. The fans have spoken. The boxing and MMA community has spoken. And now both fighters have spoken. Bring the contract and make this fight official because the world genuinely cannot wait any longer for it.
On that fight.
You know what? We say a lot before the fight, but Eddie was a lot to deal with, dude. He's fast, he's big. Shouts to Tommy, fair play to him. He did what he had to do. I think now moving forward, it'd be a disgrace if we never got the Darren Till fight, but that's the one I want. And for Eddie Hall, I need to see him in Dylan Dennis or Hafthor Bjornsson in MMA. That's what I want to see there.
Frank Warren being completely honest, and that is refreshing from a promoter. 2 novice fighters with massive social media followings created a genuine event. But the moment Tommy Fury steps into a ring with Darren Till, that changes completely. Darren Till is not a social media star. He is a genuine elite combat sports athlete, and this fight will have a completely different energy to everything Tommy Fury has done before.
But Tommy won the fight, there's no doubt about that. But you know what, I'm not going to lie to you, it is what it is. It's 2 novice fighters who've got huge social media following, and they've capitalised on that. People bought into it. And I'm amazed at the amount of publicity that it's got both before and after the fight. It's just amazing. Everybody's been talking about it.
Shane Fury talking up Tommy's power, and the knockdown potential is real when the timing clicks. But Darren Till has been hit by elite UFC strikers and remains standing. His chin has been tested at the absolute highest level of combat sports. Tommy knocking out Darren Till would require everything to be perfect. And Darren Till specializes in making things very imperfect for his opponents from the very opening bell.
Very solid. The thing is, because he's a novice, Tommy hits as hard as... he's a strong puncher, but because he's a novice, it's hard to set up. So another training camp, he can only get better. So when he gets his set up and his feet's underneath him, instead of falling in, he'll catch him and knock him out. He can knock anyone out. He hits an heavyweight on the chin, they're out, because he's so strong.
Dave Coldwell essentially calling it a draw, and that is a genuinely honest assessment from someone who knows the sport inside out. Tommy Fury struggled badly in those opening rounds when Eddie Hall was fresh and aggressive. He only came on when Eddie started fading from exhaustion. That pattern is absolutely critical information heading into a Darren Till fight. Darren Till does not fade. Darren Till does not get tired and back off in the later rounds. He presses harder as fights go on. Tommy Fury relying on an opponent to tire out will not work against a conditioning freak like Darren Till, and that is a massive problem.
Tommy didn't do anything in the first couple of rounds, and Eddie was putting him off, letting his hands go. First 2, then I thought Tommy came back, and Eddie started getting tired. And then the last round, I thought Eddie all won, so I think he did really, really well. So I think it was a draw.
I mean, it's a silly question to ask, but I'm gonna. You've seen so many fights, so much sparring. I mean, what would it actually be like showing the win with someone got like Eddie Hall? How would that actually be?
That's a big deal for Eddie Hall, because he's a big old lump. So he's carrying around a lot of weight. And if he's missing, it takes a lot out of
John Fury emotional and taking full credit for Tommy's journey, and that is a father's pride speaking. But 12-0 built on carefully chosen opposition means very little when the real test arrives. John Fury is out here screaming about what he has done wrong, while Tommy has just accepted the Darren Till fight that John Fury swore would never happen. That is the contradiction at the heart of this entire story. John Fury cannot control the narrative anymore. Tommy has made his own decision, and now Carl Froch is calling John Fury out directly at the same time. The Fury camp is facing enemies on every single front simultaneously.
Tommy don't need anybody, and Tommy believes in me wholeheartedly, and here we are 12-0. 12-0. A big star, selling out arenas, multi-millionaire. What have we done wrong? What have we done wrong? Got a beautiful wife, successful wife, 2 beautiful children. You know, what have we done wrong? Guided him right through the lot. On my pop.
BJ Flores giving Tommy Fury genuine credit for his toughness, and it is deserved, because Tommy showed real guts when Eddie Hall had him uncomfortable in those early rounds. But BJ Flores is also clearly saying Tommy needs better opposition, and Darren Till is exactly that better opposition. Not at 200 pounds against unknown names. Against a man who has fought for a UFC world title and competed with the best strikers on the planet. Tommy Fury has accepted the challenge now, and BJ Flores should be excited because this is precisely the step up in quality the entire boxing community has been demanding from Tommy for months.
You know, the first 2 rounds he was very effective with being aggressive and, you know, kind of cornering, making Tommy very uncomfortable. And then after that, Tommy was able to use his boxing ability and his experience. Did a great job in the last 4 rounds.
What's next for Eddie Hall?
I don't know. You know, it kind of depends on him. I think I'd like to see him in MMA. You know, it's a little more, serves his skill set a little better, and I would like to see Tommy at 200 pounds against some better opposition. I think he could go far. He's got a lot of toughness that a lot of people don't give him credit for. He's not just a pretty boy. He can fight and he's tough, and I'd like to see him, you know, do a little run at 200 pounds.
John Fury respecting Eddie Hall's heart and determination is actually one of the few genuinely classy moments from him all evening. Eddie Hall showed extraordinary toughness, and that deserves acknowledgement. But here is what John Fury is completely missing in this assessment. If Tommy was landing what John Fury calls peaches on Eddie Hall, and Eddie Hall kept coming forward, what happens when those same shots land on Darren Till? Darren Till has absorbed elite-level striking in the UFC octagon and kept pressing forward. He has a chin that has been tested at the very top of the sport. Tommy's body shots that troubled Eddie Hall will need to be significantly improved and significantly sharper to slow down a man like Darren Till for even a single round.
Eddie Hall, like I say, I thought he'd fade. He didn't. He showed a lot of determination, as much determination in the ring as what he does lifting the bar. But let me tell you this much, people who don't know about people and mindset. When a man lifts half a ton off the floor and he's pissing blood out of his nostrils, that's a man with a big set of nuts, my friend. And he's going to transfer them to any sport he does, including the ring. And you showed that tonight, because Tommy caught him with a couple of peaches coming in, did hit him a couple of times, put some good body shots in, but he kept coming.
Duke McKenzie rubbing his eyes at the standard on display, and that is the verdict from a man who has seen what real boxing looks like at world-class level. Nice guys who try hard. That is where Tommy Fury currently sits in the opinion of genuine boxing experts. Now Tommy Fury has accepted the Darren Till fight, and Duke McKenzie's assessment makes that fight even more fascinating. Because Darren Till is not a nice guy who tries hard. Darren Till is a dangerous elite-level striker with genuine finishing power and the kind of competitive experience that no amount of celebrity boxing can properly prepare anyone for.
When I watched it, you know, I've got to be truthful, I had to rub my eyes because the level, the standard of actual, what they call boxing, is pretty poor. It really is. I mean, they're obviously really trying hard and obviously really nice guys. You know, because they're
Even Deji acknowledging that Tommy had weapons working and the uppercut was consistently landing is worth noting. But Deji also knows better than most from personal experience how different celebrity boxing feels compared to facing someone who is genuinely dangerous and trained to hurt you. Tommy surprised people against Eddie Hall, and that is real credit. But Darren Till will not be surprised by Tommy Fury. Darren Till has studied every single bit of footage available, and he has already been in the same room as Tommy multiple times. The psychological edge belongs entirely to Darren Till, and that matters enormously when the bell rings. Eddie Hall showing class and dignity in a losing performance, and that says everything about the character of the man. He prepared as hard as a non-boxer could possibly prepare. He worked his entire body to the limit to be fit for 6 rounds against a professional, and he stood in there and competed. That is genuinely admirable, and nobody should take that away from Eddie Hall. But Tommy Fury calling out Darren Till and accepting that fight off the back of this performance is where the stakes change completely. Eddie Hall came to survive and compete. Darren Till will come to win and finish. The preparation required for Darren Till is on a completely different planet, and Tommy Fury's team better understand that reality from day one of camp.
Good fight, entertainment. Listen, the world right now is a horrible place, and stuff like this is amazing for us. We get to talk about it, and we get to be in it. I love it, man. I love it. Entertainment, that's the whole thing about life. Life is entertainment, and we have to do more entertaining stuff.
Right then, let us talk about what is truly at stake here, because this situation has evolved into something genuinely historic for British combat sports. Tommy Fury has beaten Eddie Hall and accepted the Darren Till fight. Carl Froch is calling out John Fury on the same night. The Fury family is being challenged from every single direction at once, and for the first time, there is nowhere left to hide. For Tommy Fury, this fight is everything. He has spent years building a record against carefully selected opponents. He has had the protection of his family name and his father's aggressive matchmaking keeping the dangerous fights away. Now he has accepted Darren Till, and that safety net is gone completely. A win over Darren Till transforms Tommy Fury from a celebrity boxer into a legitimate crossover combat sports attraction. It silences every critic who has ever questioned the quality of his opposition. It proves John Fury's guidance produced a real fighter and not just a famous face, but a loss is catastrophic. A loss to Darren Till exposes everything. It confirms what Dave Coldwell and Duke McKenzie were hinting at when they discussed the standard of boxing on display against Eddie Hall. It confirms that Carl Froch was right when he said Tommy bottled it the first time. And it hands Darren Till the most satisfying victory of his entire combat sports journey. And Carl Froch calling out John Fury adds the perfect subplot to all of it. 2 Furies. One night. Darren Till and Carl Froch ready to make a statement that the entire boxing world cannot ignore. Bring the contract. Make both fights official. Because this is the biggest story in British combat sports right now, and we are here for every single second of it. Drop your prediction in the comments right now. Does Darren Till shut Tommy Fury down and hand the Fury family their most embarrassing night? Or does Tommy Fury silence every single critic and prove he is the real deal? And do you want to see Carl Froch versus John Fury?